Hi, Ying. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited for our conversation.
I am so happy.
You are just so full of light, and I've been following your YouTube for a while, and I just thought I had to invite you onto my show. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit
Mm,
about just your philosophy on life and how you maintain such a positive attitude. But before we get started, I would love
mm.
if you could introduce yourself a little bit so the listeners can get to know you first.
Okay, I am from China. My name is Yang Haiying, and I am by trade a teacher. I think 15 years ago or 14 years ago, I started to do some YouTube video. And then it just get started doing a lot of video. It's part of my life now, every day doing something. And it helps me to adjust my mindset also. So I am a teacher and doing a lot of things, and I record my life on YouTube. That's about it.
So, how did you get started with the YouTube and what kind of content did you start posting?
I started YouTube, I think 13 years ago. The very first one is a private video. I recorded my son, and it's a private video. And then I start to hear other people doing Chinese painting demo, doing different things. So I started to put it. The very first is a 45 seconds, a short video bamboo painting. If you go to YouTube, you can find it by chronologically, but the oldest first. So starting from there, and no subscriber, and just no news. And then there was one day there is one subscriber, two subscribers, and start to get it. And I do Chinese calligraphy. I made a video, cooking, made a video, and then start to get it. The very first should be I try to do a Chinese painting demo to explain something.
Wow. And I think one of the many reasons why people love you is
Yeah.
because you're just so positive. And I wanted to ask you, like, how do you maintain such a positive attitude and just like, you know, you're able to wake up every morning and I just
Mm,
feel how
mm,
much you love life. So I'm just
mm.
wondering where that energy came from.
This you may laugh at me. Who is real on internet? We are trying to project a better self, and in everyday life, we could be a very not pleasant person or something. Anyway, um, if there is a chance for us to show the better part of me, why not? Right? And also through these years, we start to build up. You can see the comments. It's just a lot of positive energy lifting you up. And if I am not happy, I do not make video. And because I use it as a tool to get me calm down. It's not my full life. I still, I always fight with, not really fight with family, have a lot of unhappy time, but that part just do not show it. Yeah.
Mhm.
If you, some people will say it's a fake life, whatever way, we try to put the better part of ourselves.
Yeah. And I think
Uh,
that's so important to remember
yeah.
because most people only show the highlights of their lives. So
Mm.
it's important to remember that not everyone posts everything about their life, and it's
Yeah.
usually just the best moments.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Uh,
And did this kind of perspective, like positive perspective on life, have you always had this ever since you were young, or is it something that you've kind of adopted as you were further down your path?
I think in my family, I am one of the person who think less, who is less smart. And in my family, and everywhere, my family always say you have to think, and I think I was born relatively more positive. I like to think happy things, and in my family, my big brother is kind of a critical thinking, and my elder sister is very kind, and the second sister is relatively more thoughtful or ruminating 小嘟囔 and something more thoughtful. Each person is different. I was born kind of more happy person, that is for sure. And through life also teach us a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Why?
when you get bumped a lot of times and find, it's okay. You get up and down. And now my children becomes my teacher. There are a lot of times I cannot get through some things. And my son will tell you there are ups and downs, and you are just in this downtime. It's okay. It will be over. A lot of time when this happens, you know it, but you need to hear another person to tell you.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah. And I feel like you are that person for a lot of people because although we know a lot of lessons in life, we know it, we've heard of it before, but in that moment it's so important to have someone else tell us that as a reminder, you know?
That is so true. When you see the comments, everyone, we know things, and we know clearly, we know logically, but we get lost in that particular moment when
Yeah.
there is trouble. And it does not even have to be any person. Any person can say something and switch you to another mindset,
Yeah.
switch you to a better you, or
Yeah.
to a vicious you. It
Yeah.
just could be just one sentence.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
shows how flexible our mind is and how, like, even if we have a lot of negative thoughts and we
yeah,
think that we can't get out of it, just one positive comment or just being able to talk to someone can
yes,
easily switch that. So that's why I think it's so important to surround yourself with positive people and to
yes,
follow positive people on social media because that is how we spend a lot of our time nowadays.
that is so true.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that people are born, positive? Because you said that you were born a pretty positive person. Do you think that that is something innate within all of us, or is it something that we have to cultivate?
That is very, very interesting. And now I see I teach students as young as 5 years old, 6 years old. People are different. Not everyone born positive, not everyone born negative. We all have, we all have angel and evil inside us. If we bring the negativity out, if we project negativity to other people, we will get the same thing back.
Yeah.
And it is very important as an adult, as a teacher, as a parent, we have better ability, we have seen life more, so we should be more calm than other. There are times we spoil ourselves and we behave even worse than young children, but
Mm.
we are born all different, but we all have the ability, to be good or to be bad. It so much depends on how we get from the world, how other people teach us, guide us. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Mm.
love how you can also learn from your son. It's not just a one way, you know, um, just you teaching your son. You're also learning from him and he's learning from you. So we can learn from people of all different ages and different experiences because I think sometimes, younger people have a different experience from people who are perhaps a little bit older. But I feel like it all works and you kind of take what works best for you in that moment.
That is so true. I am 60 years old woman who will watch me. And I think through them, I know a little bit of the vocabulary. They are not so much with a lot of vocabularies of the modern words, but I get connected. And also, it is the age they are better than me. 20 years old, of course, they should be better than me. As we teacher, we say, you are in middle school, you should be better than me. And when I see students better than me, my job as a teacher is done right. If I am better than them, they are the future generation, right?
Yeah.
The young should always uplifting us. There is an age, at any age we can learn. We learn from baby, learn from their innocence, from their straightness. Sometimes when now I hear my son's old videos when they were 2 years old, 3 years old, it makes me so pure. Children are so pure. If we can learn from their purity, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I
I
lost words.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think children are the most pure. They are not tainted with a lot of the stresses in life, so we can learn so much from them. And
Yes.
also, I think people who are older,
Mm.
there's so much to learn from them too, because
Yes.
the era that they grew up in
Yes.
did not have a lot of the same problems that we have today. In
Yes.
fact, there's sometimes even, and oftentimes even,
Mm.
harsher conditions that they had to go
Mm.
through. And
Mm.
nowadays, I think life can be difficult, but
Yeah.
also a lot more convenient.
Yes.
So I guess a lot of the problems that
Mm.
people around my age go
Mm.
through has to do with like social media,
Mm.
anxiety, and all of these things. So it's
Mm.
interesting to hear from the older generation and
Yeah.
how they navigated this kind of situation where
Mm.
social media didn't exist.
Mm. It's such a different life. Our life 30 years ago is so different. We have different way of meeting friends, making a family, building up our career. It's different. We cannot just say use our way. A lot of parents force the children to choose the job. It's totally different. Esports, you can become an esport. There are so many influencer. It's a career. It's a job. And esports, a gamer is a sport. It's a new career. So many things we do not know. If we open an open mind, if we have an open mind and accept different things, especially get close to them. And the people who being an influencer, no matter makeup influencer, no matter fashion influencer, they make to this stage, they have their reason. Everyone has made their effort for their special thing. So
Yeah.
if we open up, we can see a lot of things, and we can learn a lot. It's just a curious and fascinating world.
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you think you're able to adopt your that positive and open-mindedness? Just as an example, I think um, with social media nowadays, we're seeing so many different types of content out
Yes.
there.
Mm,
And, with the, I didn't think I would bring this up, but this
mm,
is just coming to me now.
mm,
Like, a lot of anti-Asian hate crimes and,
mm,
racism
mm,
that stems from a lack of open-mindedness.
mm,
And how are you able to navigate, the internet? Because the internet, you're so vulnerable online.
mm. Yeah.
How are you able to maintain such an open-minded attitude on the internet?
A lot of things, take it as a joke. A lot
Mm,
of things, ignore it, because you cannot absorb all these things. When in your heart you have a stone, you have a weight, you are centered, you are anchored, then you can go to, even there is a wave around you, you will not be lost. We are lost because we do not have an anchor. We are not, we are navigating too many places. I think also through age, you build up a certain value. My value, I do not have a religion. I'm not a religious person. And my cultural background and everything, I do not have a particular thought system in myself, belief system in myself, but I believe in goodness. I believe in kindness, what is right, what is wrong. And something, for example, I believe in fairness. Today I got my car bumped, or today I got my exam getting wrong. I get over one problem. I believe in my life. I'm not talking about everyone. In my life, there is this amount of bad karma, bad things. When I exhaust, the rest is good one.
Yeah.
So when I am in high time, I project problem will come. So it helps me to calm down a little bit, because when you see all this, it becomes much more acceptable to whatever is happening. And when there is a problem happens, however old you are, however wise you are, you get lost. It is true. The problem, the thing is how you can get back to your sanity, how you can reduce that time. You can find some other things to do, to have a chat with a positive person with you. This boosts up me. I told my son, I have an interview. Oh my goodness, they say, ooh, you are interviewing other person or other person interview. I say, I have a young student and doing this great thing. And they say, wow, they admire you. Yes.
Such an honor. Yeah, I absolutely love the idea of having an anchor in your life, because if we're able to go inward and we have that strong foundation, right? We have a strong base within ourselves already. Nothing outside of us can lead us astray. Nothing, no external event can make us feel like we are out of place, because we have that strong anchor already. So I just think that is just a very important thing, to know yourself first before you try to look outwards. And also what you said about taking things as a joke and taking things more lighthearted. And I can totally see that in your videos. One of my favorite videos of you is just like you dancing in the morning, and like dancing, I think it's your backyard, right? And oh my gosh, I just think you have like the purity of like a little kid. And I wish everyone could get back to that inner child within them and not fear judgment. It's just so beautiful. And I that inspires me so much.
So you will dance also.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah, yes, a lot of these things. And you open up the internet, you know, the news and the internet and the media, their goal is not to build up a good model. Maybe they are. It's very important. They sell, click, they sell. Their goal is different. So it's their job.
Yeah.
If our children study a journalist, they need to feed themselves.
Yeah.
It's just a painful thing. But yeah, that is beyond my conscious to solve it out, to make sense of it.
Yeah, I totally get that. And I think when you do what you love and you love what you do, it doesn't become work. It just feels like something that makes you so happy. And that's why you're able to, continue making videos even after 13 years. That's amazing, because this is you, like you said, it keeps you grounded, right? It keeps you sane, and it's just amazing. That's why I love podcasting, because I love connecting with people, and it doesn't feel like work to me. It just makes me so happy. And I think it's so beautiful when we're able to find that passion in our lives, something that really, brings a spark within our lives.
Wonderful. You look so professional. You look so good. Another thing, do you do a lot of editing of your podcast, your video and these things? How much time? We talk half an hour, 1 hour, and then the after work, you do. How long does it take you?
It doesn't take long because I try to keep most of the conversation very natural and genuine.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll take some stuff out, but
Mm,
in general, because
mm.
I like to keep this a conversation,
Yes.
I want it to be as natural as
Yeah.
possible. And I know this device looks
Yeah.
really scary,
Yeah.
but it's just uh, I like for it to be just something that the listeners can relate to, and it just feels
Yes.
like they're in this conversation as well.
Yes, this is very true. When you put too much work on the exterior, the
Yeah.
packaging, the editing, the right moment, the right music, it lost a lot of fun of it. It just
Yeah.
become another added work. So this
Yeah.
is why I can keep on making video,
Yeah.
no editing, just put them together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I love that.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
wanted to ask
Mm.
you about,
Mm.
I kind of prefaced this earlier about these common societal issues that perhaps people in my generation especially struggle with, such as, self-love,
Mm.
self-doubt, and
Mm.
anxiety.
Mm.
Maybe let's start off with self-love.
Mm.
How do you go about, loving yourself if you don't feel like you deserve that love, or you just don't love yourself?
If I do not love myself, that is the low moment, and I feel I do not deserve that love. And I need to get over that mindset. And through life, it is true that I start to get slowly, but that moment when it is done, nobody can turn it over immediately. And
Yeah.
this is why we always have this question, oh, how do you love yourself? We can hear that that is the crying moment. And that in this low down moment, nobody can change. Nobody can really work. Give yourself time.
Yeah.
And for example, my family can say something can be totally irrelevant. You do need, when you are in this state, you need a lever to put it into a positive one or
Yeah.
negative one. You do need external force. Myself, I do not have the ability to just motivate myself. When you are in downtime, there is no motivation. I let time to come back.
Yeah.
Let time allow me to cure myself. And I am relatively agile, or what is the word, the
Yeah.
active person from time. And also I have a lot of things. I have watercolor on the side. I have different things. So when I am totally in a bad mood, do not even think about doing anything good, anything pretty. Start. Action is the source of restart yourself.
Yeah.
So when you are low, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to scream, to break up an old dish or do something really crazy. You need to get the internal poison out,
Yeah.
because it's accumulation of negativity.
Yeah.
Need to get it out. Once it is starting to release, start to do a really ugly painting, because through doing something, your hand start to, your muscle has memory, and every part of your body has memory. Start to recover yourself.
Yeah.
That is usually what I do. And sometimes my family will say some totally, maybe totally irrelevant, just direct attention to another different place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, because when we feel a lack of
Yes.
self-love,
Yes.
there's so much built up, perhaps
Mm.
anger or
Yes.
negativity within us.
Yes.
And it actually does more harm than good
Yes.
if we
Yes.
keep holding that within
Yes.
us.
Yes.
So let yourself be angry, let yourself
Yes.
release that negativity.
Yeah.
And that could be, going on a run, releasing that energy,
Yeah.
painting, letting
Yes.
something out,
Yes.
screaming, singing,
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
All of these things are so powerful.
Yes.
They seem like very simple things, but because there's a lot of energy within us that's negative.
Yes.
You have to
Yes.
release it so that it's
Yes.
no longer within you.
Yeah. 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 So you can make the switch.
Yeah, totally. And what about, periods of self-doubt where you don't feel like you are worthy enough, where you don't think that, you are capable? A lot of self-doubt and maybe comparison to other people who are doing better than you, and you want to be like them. So you just don't feel like you are good enough.
Yeah, yeah. I have this. This is one of my biggest challenge, biggest problem. I
Mm.
have not yet solved it. And I am happy now because I am on vacation. There is no work pressure. When I go back to school, there will be pressure building up. Another teacher does a better job, and your boss, your senior, give you a particular project or something. There will be. It will build up, and it is the same thing. After sometimes just need to slow down. This is why we become better. We have not yet find the solution, and there is not a solution. For me, it's a whole life learning. I get over it for a certain period of time. Maybe I wait for vacation to come. Maybe I wait for spring break, autumn break. And then this is why teachers have this long break, because it builds up, it gets you to recover, to make a switch to a new mindset.
Yeah.
Getting pressure is the way for us to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get that, and to a point, there is a point. Sometimes it is just so humiliating. You feel maybe it is time to get a change a job, change a place, change a family. If it's a balance, there is always trouble, there is always solution. And if the trouble is so much, you will go another way.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's always trouble, there's always a solution.
There is always. You will always get over it.
Yeah.
You will always get up tomorrow morning. If
Yeah.
you do not decide to finish your life tonight, tomorrow is another bright day. A lot of time I have talked about that. This shall pass. I received one message, and one person said, I come to the stage that I want to finish my life.
Mm.
And it just because of thinking, maybe not my video, but maybe he wake up the other morning, see the sunshine again. When we are in dark state, we cannot see. We get the ruminating, we get the negative energy envelop us.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. A lot of us not even get over that stage.
Yeah.
And just to think, if we can wake up, another day will come.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so important to be proud of every single small accomplishment, like
Yes,
waking up in the morning,
yes,
because sometimes that can
yes,
be very difficult.
yes,
And if you're able to wake up in the morning
yes,
on a day where you really didn't want to,
yeah,
you have to be proud of yourself and celebrate that success because, you know, the sun is shining, you're up.
yes,
And if
yes,
you're able to see the beauty of life, every small little thing, and I see that, sometimes you will not even really talk in a video, you just show the sun or flowers and all these small things. These are just the beauties of life. And I think if we're able to appreciate life in that way more, there can be so much less negativity in our lives because we're less consumed in our own minds and we're more, we can appreciate the things that give us life more. So, nature, getting out into nature and appreciating every little thing. So, if you're able to just like touch a tree, even something so small like that, you can receive the positive energy from the sun and the tree. And I think it's such a beautiful way to increase the positive energy in your life and to not let that negative um, energy consume you anymore.
That's so beautifully said. Just appreciate being able to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
So tiny thing. Everyone can do it, but
Yeah.
still we cannot do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautifully said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every morning when I wake up and I see the sun, I don't like, and I think I'm very grateful to be able to have this mindset where when I wake up, I want to get up and I'm excited to get up. And I think it's, it's really sad to hear when people like don't want to get up, because every time when I see the sun, I think I'm just so appreciative of nature and how the sun got up today and we got up today, because some people, um, I think it's important to treat every day like it could be your last.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
um just I feel like I have so much gratitude for life.
Oh, that's so beautiful. You know, a lot of people, myself, get up grumpy, get up
Mm,
grumpy.
yeah.
And I have talked with another one. One actually is a doctor. It's because you are in a very comfortable situation, in a very comfortable state, warm and comfy. You have to get up. Sometimes you are grumpy. In my family, sometimes they get up grumpy. I understand. If I get up grumpy, I understand. It's just because it's a lot of us doing that.
Yeah.
And in that case, I start uh, to make up, to have a walk or something. And sometimes you are actually not that good, still grumpy. Get over that day, and later your spirit will come back. The good
Yeah.
will come back. It will
Yeah.
be over.
Yeah, because you
uh,
can't be positive every single day.
no,
You can't be 100% every
yeah,
day. There
no,
are going to be
no.
days where you are
Uh,
feeling a little bit down, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
perfectly okay. And
yeah,
like you said earlier,
yeah.
you just have to get through the dips and you
Yes,
will get back to the highs soon. So
yes, yes.
don't dwell too much in that
Mm,
moment and
mm,
try to look ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
am
love it.
learning so much from you. Oh,
I'm
so
learning so much
beautiful.
from you
I
too.
already start.
Oh, I love it.
uh,
Yeah. And
mm,
there's one specific
mm,
topic that
mm.
I thought was really interesting about what you posted. There was a
Mm.
video of you cutting your hair.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And I actually watched that video before my haircut appointment. And you were cutting your hair
uh,
and you weren't really talking at all. You were just
uh,
cutting it.
uh,
And then you at the end you showed
yeah,
you panned your camera to the
yeah,
ground where all the
yeah,
hair was on the ground.
yes,
And you were just like, this is just hair.
yeah,
This is just hair. And why are we so attached to our hair and
yes,
something so insignificant? And it's
yeah,
going to grow back,
yeah,
it's going to
yeah,
grow back in a couple of
yeah,
weeks. And
yes,
I wanted to talk to you about that and just
yeah,
like attachment to
yeah.
physical things.
Yes, yes. And that one, actually, I never, I cut here. Since pandemic, I cut my hair. And
Yeah.
even before that, I cut my hair
Yeah.
because it just takes a lot of time and
Yeah.
things. It's just hair. Once I have done a video, I said, if if I cut it good, I'm comfortable. If I cut it not good, I do not see it. It's the people who sees it get trouble, right? It's I do not care that much. A lot of time we think everyone look at me. Nobody look at you. You are okay. You are safe. So at that moment, when I start to clean it up, it's kind of awakening. Just a few hairs. We are so much attached to it. But it's a very important thing. It's about our self dignity.
Yeah.
It's about our own personal value, our own sensitivity. Understand a lot of people that feels very strong about anything of themselves. We are. The hair is not important for me. There might be other things important to me. So it is hard to get so high, ignore all the things. We can, through this here, understand other people, even small things, we take it seriously.
Yeah.
But even such serious things could be just that small.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
another point, you see it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we become so attached to seemingly
yeah,
important things,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, if we
Mm,
really, really think about it,
mm,
it's not that important.
mm,
And it's going to grow back,
mm,
all the insignificant things that
mm,
you've perhaps fought with
mm,
someone about. At
mm,
the end of the day, it's just our
mm,
egos getting in the
mm.
way. It's
Yeah.
our ego telling us that this
Mm,
is important. But,
mm,
you know, is it really that important? At the end of the day, is it going to make or break who we are?
mm,
And I think it also comes with, like you said, self
mm,
dignity,
mm.
but also the fear of judgment.
Yeah.
And the fact that you are able to dance so carefree and like a child, that pure child. I think it's just so connected, and you're able to just be yourself, and that's
Uh,
so beautiful.
I, I, I did not know how I got started. I think maybe this was one time in Australia, and I forgot for some reason, just not happy. So I put on music, start to dance, and it makes me so happy, just the movement. So it's kind of becoming a habit. And also, um, I kind of made a name of not caring that much. And it just built positive energy, start to build up. I know I do not care. People know I do not mind that much. So just go ahead with it. Once you get started, things become easy. If we do not get started, it will be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be hard at first if you're
Yes.
not used to
Yes.
dancing alone.
Yes.
It's going
Uh,
to be scary
yeah.
also,
Uh,
especially posting it on the internet.
uh,
But I
uh,
think once you get started, it becomes so
mm,
much easier, just like
yes.
anything in life. So
Yes.
I think just like embrace that,
Yes.
embrace your authentic self and
Yeah.
not care so much about what other people
Yes.
think.
Yes. Not care too much about other people think. There are there are many, many millions people doing better painting than me, of course. Take it as a learning process. People will criticize you, people will say something. It's a way to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you do every morning, like a morning routine that kind of like, apart from dancing, do you
Mm,
have anything that kind of gets you started with the day? Because I think mornings are so important to kind of kickstart that day.
yes, yes. Comparing with other people, my morning routine is not good. Sometimes I check email, sometimes I check phone, and not. I used to think, oh, those motivational talkers, this is so not right. Now I start to accept it. Everyone is different. Just do something make me happy. And if I go to work, then I need to rush and no time even to think. Now I have time, prepare myself something. For example, a cup of coffee and sit down, making bed, making bed. So like
Yeah.
the most famous internet philosopher, make your bed. You might know what I'm talking about. Yes, the Canadian professor. Yes.
Mm,
Anyway, so make bed and do something the most basic and not force too much. I do
yeah.
not have a very good routine yet. And for that, I need to learn.
Yeah, but there are so many little things in
Yes,
our lives that we can
yes,
change.
yes,
But don't force it. Do what
yeah,
makes you happy, because
yes,
ultimately, what
yes,
your morning routine looks like will be completely different from someone else's.
exactly.
And,
Yes,
it's so similar to, how we eat, how
yes,
we move, how we
yes,
think. Like,
yes,
you cannot be like someone else. So we are
yeah,
our own unique
yes,
individual. And
yes.
oftentimes on the internet, we compare our lives to other people and we think if
No,
we do everything exactly like them, we are going to be like them. But that's never going to happen.
no, no.
Yeah.
Find yourself the most comfortable to make you happy more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you could give a piece of advice for anyone in their early 20s, like someone like me, or just anyone in their 20s, trying to navigate life, trying to figure out their life purpose, what would you say that would be?
It's still be yourself,
Yeah.
because we so easy, so often to lose ourselves. When we get old, we look for our youth. Be yourself, be kind, be good, be yourself, be the better part of yourself, be the good self.
Yeah.
Because nobody can enforce a enforce a value and enforce something. Be yourself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. And that is the perfect transition to my last question of the podcast. Since my podcast is called It's Growing Season, I believe that just like crops, humans go through different seasons in their lives. And on my podcast, I think, I want to inspire people to become the best versions of themselves, not like anyone else, but the best versions of themselves. So I wanted to ask you, what season of your life do you think you're in?
I am in the harvesting season,
Mm,
and still there is growth. And I want to 老的慢，死的快
mm,
extend the time aging,
mm,
aging slow and finish fast.
mm.
When it is time to finish, go.
Okay.
Not lagging. I do not want to live a long life. I live a meaningful life, live a full life. Today is good. Today live to the very best. That is the best.
Yeah.
It is time to harvest, to do freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so important, especially people who are younger. They think that they have a whole life ahead of them. So they think that they have a lot more time, to kind of not take advantage of life, but you never know.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to start truly living life, but it's
Yeah.
also never too early.
Yeah.
Anyone, any age can really start living life and making the most of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait until you're retired or you
No.
finally have time in order to truly start living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day counts,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can only live today now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I love it.
Uh,
Is there anything else you want to share? I'd love to hear anything else that you feel called to talk about.
I just so admire you. Such a young age started. How long did you do it? I'm very curious.
I've been doing this since October of
Mhm.
last year.
What is
Yeah.
your frequency of doing it?
I post a podcast every week.
Mm,
And I've been pretty consistent with it. And I
mm,
also recently started a YouTube channel.
mm,
So I'm trying to, use different platforms to
mm.
share my message. And I really just want to spread a positive message online. So with podcasts, I think it's a different experience because I'm just speaking in front of a microphone.
Mm,
But with YouTube,
mm.
and I'm also trying to not get caught up in, the how it looks and the aesthetics, but it's just a different experience for me being able to show my face and kind of like in video form. So
Yes.
but I mostly do podcasting.
Okay. Okay. Because I do podcast,
Yeah.
and now it's just too many things. When you focus one thing, you just do not have that much energy onto
Yeah.
it, the
Yeah.
other one. How
Yeah.
do you find balance between podcast and your study and your other things?
I think it's easy now
Mm,
because, like you, I'm on vacation.
yes.
But when school starts, I still try to find time for
Mm,
podcasting.
mm.
But the beautiful thing is that it doesn't seem like work to me because I
Okay.
love it and I really
Okay.
look forward to it. But it definitely takes time to balance. I do have to find some balance in terms of my studies and also my podcasting. But it really, it takes time to find that balance, but I enjoy it.
Do you do monologue kind of podcasting?
Yes,
or maybe,
sometimes,
okay.
sometimes I will I will just, it's a solo episode,
Yes.
but most of the times I do like to invite guests onto my show because I just love like connecting with new people and talking to them about their own experiences.
That's a new inspiration for me. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, of course. I think
Yeah.
it's just wonderful to be able to talk to people. And obviously, it's great to, share your own personal thoughts. But I
Mm,
think when you're able to hear from other people and learn from
mm,
their experiences,
yes.
you can kind of build off of each other and learn at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Mm.
And for listeners who are curious to learn more about you, where can they find you and where can they find your content?
I will send you my YouTube and my email and things.
Okay, and I
Okay.
will
Yes.
leave them in the
Yes.
description for everyone.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If you send me this video to me,
Yeah,
whichever way, Google or anything, I will uh, link your information also.
definitely. Thank you so, so much. I had so much fun talking to you and I just
Oh,
learned so much from you. Thank you for taking the time to be on my
oh,
podcast.
you are so good. Oh, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye.